So many of us struggle with tight hamstrings, and so this little mini routine is all to do with those hamstrings. Before you can lengthen them, you really want to get them nice and warm, and that's where we're going to start. So just listen to your body, do as much as you can do. Start on the hands and knees again so that we can get our back nicely warmed up, and then we'll introduce the legs. So when you're ready, on your hands and knees, and breathe. And then as you inhale, let's just coordinate movement with breath. Inhaling, feel the back shorten as the front of the body lengthens, and then off you go in the other direction. And inhale. Look at a nice smooth flowing, precise movement. And bring your focus of attention now away from the rest of the world and just to your short practice. And think about your right leg. You're going to bring the bent right leg with a pointed toe to your forehead, and then flex the foot and stretch up to the ceiling. So point the toe, bring it in, flex and lift, and keep it going just like that. Let's have two more. If this is too much for your wrist, come down onto your forearms for the next part of the exercise. Now you're going to just stay up, and you're going to stretch the leg, and then you're going to bring the leg in. Tent the left fingers, and that helps prevent dropping down on the left side and opening too much on the right side. Now to make this really effective, find your core muscles, because that's going to give you the resistance. Hold the pelvis and the spine in place and keep your thigh nice and high. And we do about 10 of these, and then we hold it up and we take tiny little lifts, working into the glutes as well. And 3 more, and release. Okay, let's get back to the cat stretches. Inhale, exhale. Now the next time you flex, bring your left knee in, and then flex the foot and lift. So a little bit of concentration here to get the point and the flex and the point and the flex. And next time your leg is up there, hold it there. Find your neutral line, squeeze in, stretch out. You can keep the foot flexed all the time now. So tent the right fingers. Try and keep the balance through the pelvis and watch your neck. Okay. So again, you can come down to the forearms if it gets too much for the wrists. Now, a couple more, and then hold the bend, and it's little lifts up. Tiny lifts. So feel those glutes responding. And it's 3. And release. Just sit back for a moment, then come over into a full plank position. Lower yourself down onto your forearms. We're going to take a single leg kick. So you smoothly bring your hips forward, and then you lift the belly and the waistline so that it forces the tops of the feet and your legs into the mat. And then you give a double kick and stretch. 5 each side, alternating. And when you give that double kick, try to resist the slithering forward and back. Keep the waist lifted, pubic bone pressing down. Take care of your knees. Last one. And now stretch both legs. Bring your forehead onto your hands. Stretch the legs. Keep the pubic bone down. Keep the navel pulled up. Now as you exhale, you're going to give me 1, 2, 3, stretch, and then let's lift the upper body. And then 1, 2, 3, stretch. Upper body. And the whole time keeping it out of the lower back, so the pelvis remains absolutely still the whole time. Lengthen out through the crown of the head as you come up with the upper body, so it's a lift rather than a curling up. And one last time. Take your hands by your ribs. Sit yourself back and now come into a high kneeling position with your left hand on the mat. And we're going to stretch the right leg out. You can have your hand on your block if there's just not enough space into the lower back. Otherwise, lift your hips, try and get the spine nicely lengthened. Lift your leg up, flex the foot, and squeeze. Now, you want to keep the navel, waistline pulled back, core muscles engaged, with your thigh as far back as you can get it, which won't be very far, just be more or less in line with your hip. And you're squeezing. I'm probably going a bit too fast, so we can slow it down. And we have about 10 little kicks like this. You'll feel it into gluteus medius as well. And then we hold it and we push back. Just tiny little pulses right here. So nice warm muscles will lengthen far more readily than cold muscles. We've got some nice stretches coming up. Just let's have 5 more. And release, and let's go straight to the other side. So bring the fingertips down, stretch your leg, get your waistline nice and long, lift, flex, squeeze. You can do what you like with this hand. You can have your hand behind your head. Keep the chest nice and open. So there's always a lot to think about with Pilates. It's if you're trying to kick your bottom, squeeze it. Or imagine you've got a balloon behind your thigh and you're trying to burst it. So let's have 3 and 2 and hold it. Now push back. Keep putting back with the navel. Keep it safe for your back. You can always do this lying down on your side if you wish. Okay, and it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Sitting down, and then make your way down onto your back for shoulder bridge. So scoop and hollow, roll it down, bring your feet a little closer to your body, and then with your arms running alongside the body, scoop and hollow the belly as you tilt the pelvis, and bring yourself all the way up. Right leg stretches, but just check before you go that you're not hollowing out into your back. Lift the pubic bone a little bit higher. Lengthen the tailbone out through the knees. So take the right leg up, stretch it up. You've got your hamstring stretch. So we've started the process of stretching out the hamstrings. Now relax into the shoulders. It's this left leg that is keeping you up there, the hamstring glutes, working very, very hard. You can play around with the breath. If you wanted to go a little bit faster, you could inhale up and down, exhale up and down. Just 2 more. Also working through the hip flexors now. Last one. And release. Bring the leg down. Push down through this leg. Get your balance. Lift the tailbone again. Reach up. First hamstring stretch. Let's take it down and lift. So nice and relaxed into the neck, nice and relaxed into the face. So keep the movement flowing. Pick a breathing pattern that works for you. If you're more advanced, you might want to pick up the pace, but you want to make sure that none of the movements are ragged. Last 2, last 1, and now let's take it down. Let's roll smoothly all the way down, 1 vertebra at a time. Find your neutral position. Bring your legs up to tabletop. Stretch one leg up to the ceiling. Stretch the other leg out just above the mat. Lift the upper body. And 1, 2. Very much a hamstring stretch now, as well as core. You could inhale 1, exhale the other. Inhale 1, exhale the other. Or you could slow it right down. So if your hamstrings are a little bit tight, and you want to see if you can just hold slightly, you can do that. Stretching out the legs. Just 2 more. Last one. And now hug your thighs into the chest. Now take your feet down to the mat, take them nice and wide, bring the knees together. And then just let your head roll from side to side a few times with the exhalation. And then just release and relax.